It's, of course, the moments where the whole city of Toronto comes out in strong, loving fashion to support our very own international superstars. We got stars playing all the way over in various countries. We got some in Georgia, in the United States, even as far as Korea. We have some Canadian legends and some people trying to make a name for themselves in the future spots. So stick around, we're gonna get started just right away. A special shout out to all our sponsors for tonight. Special thanks to Foot Locker Canada for supplying some of the best kicks in the house. Special thanks as well to CBC Sports and Arete Threads. And of course, we have to show love to Canada Basketball. We'll be getting started with the starting lineup shortly, but it's about to be a cracking affair this evening at the Tait McKenzie Centre, live and direct in the city of Toronto. This, of course, is the home to the York University Lions, and we have Sauga City going up against DACX Team Miller. Some famous Mississauga natives coming out to show off their best basketball skills. And as you can see, we have Sauga's very own Javion Tyndale, currently playing for Montverde in the United States, a hot prospect, class of 2027 baller. We're gonna see some exciting, unpredictable basketball from him tonight. Give it up for Xavier Ochu, the 6'1 guard playing with the University of Windsor. He was a solid presence last time they played against DAC. I'm expecting about 10, 15 plus points coming from him. And another Saga native in Frank Mitchell. Frank Mitchell, of course, is a young big from St. Bonaventure, standing tall, a 6'8", raw power and intensity. Lots of excitement to come from that man. Reminds me of Colin Murray Boyles, who just got drafted by the Raptors. And we have our very own Andrew Nicholson, standing tall at 6'10". Broke into the NBA in 2012 for the Orlando Magic, drafted at 19th, and he's coming back here to show love for the city. And of course, we got to show some love to Saga's very own Dylan Brooks. Many people have tried to tag him as the villain in the NBA, but it's nothing but love over the border here in Canada. Of course, our very own Canadian hero, starting for Canada in the Olympics, alongside other superstars like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the others. He's about to put on a show for us tonight in our championship game as we introduce DAC X Team Miller. We got Chevy Brown making his way on the floor. A very menacing defensive player who can also get buckets on the opposing end. We love that matchup between him and Javion Tyndale. Like for like in terms of small guards who are quite crafty and quick on their feet. It's going to be an exciting matchup between those two. And of course, we cannot miss Afosa Oliugu Elabo, Toronto's next up baller. He's of course going to play his basketball at Butler. Super explosive athlete with a very strong frame and a two-way upside. He was of course ranked top 100 in his class and is already built like a solid pro in many aspects. So ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a fun encounter. Expect to see back-to-back endless buckets. Lots of side steps, lots of crossovers, and of course all the cameras are out tonight to capture all the amazing highlights. It's riddled with love and energy right here at the Tait McKenzie Centre. Live and direct from Toronto, Ontario, this is August 1st championship night for Toronto Pro-Am 2025.
Now it's time to enjoy the festivities. Here we go. Scorekeepers are ready. Streamers are ready.
We've got lots of love between all the players. Lots of these players developed together through the Canadian basketball system. We've seen the likes of Dylan Brooks scrap it out on the court with the likes of Naz Mitrulong, who plays his basketball in Greece. And we have straight away a turnover by Dylan Brooks. Don't expect to see many of those, just shaking off the rust after a long NBA season. And we have a three to open up the game. It's going to be a cracking affair. Of course, love Dylan going right for it, saying, I'm sorry for that initial mistake. I'm going to go into my trademark spin move jumper. We saw him practice that all evening long during warm-ups. He can knock 10 out of 10 of those on any given moment. Lacey James goes for the long three. Couldn't open up his accounts. Chevy Brown tries to get the early steal. We spoke about his high motor and energy. As Tyndale tries to get the first three, just a little bit short. Afosa against Javion, like for next up Canadian talents. A three is chucked up and is back in the hands of Ochu. Ochu trying to use the screen of Frank Mitchell. Goes for off the glass finish. Lots of balls flying, none falling into the bucket. And we have the first foul called of the game against Xavier Ochu. A very underrated leader on the floor, constantly making the right plays, as often described as every coach's dream you want to see on the floor in any given moment. The guy who doesn't say much but lets his basketball do all the talking, that's Xavier Ochu, the 6'1" guard representing Windsor. Once again, back in the hands of Efosa. Efosa patient with it. Midi won't go in. Javion tries to go for the quick fast break finish. It's blocked out of the air. And that just might have been a goaltending as he flies into the stands. Hope nobody got hurt in the process. It's all love in Toronto. Let's have some fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, DAC and Team Miller have the team roster advantage. They have such a deep bench, many great talents to tap into at any moment. While we can see quite a short-handed roster coming out tonight representing Sauga City, they might have to go back to call up some of their iconic recruits. I was expecting to see maybe an RJ Barrett out tonight, another Mississauga native. Maybe Toronto Pro-Am 2026 says Ochu gets the steal. Finds Brooks on the fast break. Brooks throws it up to Mitchell and he hits the jam. And the rim is rocking. It's about to get electric tonight. We got Sauga City up 6-3, and it's a timeout called as DAC x Team Miller try to regroup and find their bearings. They don't know what hit them. It's an earthquake tonight at the Tait McKenzie Centre. We'll be right back. And we're back underway this time. We have Chevy Brown trying to make a play using Lacey James, the big frame out there. Curl shot by Trey Ball-Haynes all the way on an island with a relatively small Javion Tyndale. And Fosa grabs the rebound to save the play. Third attempt as Dylan Brooks hounds Chevy Brown. One thing we love about Brooks, it doesn't matter what the stage or platform is, whether it's the Olympics or the Pro-Am, he'll come out with the energy, come out guns blazing right from quarter one. Watch that all the way until the very end. And of course, each one of these ready to put on a show for the loyal Toronto fans and Canada fans at large who have continually shown them support right from the youth stages, the U15s, the U17s, up until their veteran years. Tyndale once again, we saw that matchup against Chevy Brown. Brooks triple teamed and he gets fouled in the process. He's gonna shoot two. Definitely expected as you have an NBA caliber player. Never want to leave him isolated. Dylan Brooks just recently signed for the Phoenix Suns in a trade. Of course, he was drafted 45th overall by Houston in 2017 and has etched out a very key pivotal spot for the Rockets over many years before being traded over to the Phoenix Suns. The warm states, just like Houston, might have come from the cold city of Toronto, but is making it heat up all the way in the United States. It's Trey Ball-Haynes Kicks it back out to Afosa. Afosa trying to make a play with a double team. Goes for the long two and drains it like nobody was in his face. Afosa Olugo Alabor. Dylan Brooks with calm and poise. As Ochu tries to set the screen and he waves it off. Dylan double team fighting through. And we have the double block. Magnificent rejection. Chevy Brown coming in like a brand new 2025 Chevrolet to knock the ball out of Javion Tyndale's hands. We've seen those two go at it and scrap over and over relentlessly. And it's no different in the championship game. In fact, we expect it to go even higher and harder as we see Tyndale matched up against Lacey James. We have a big and small mismatch, and he gets the foul as he drives through. Javion Tyndale, of course, the Prep Academy player, making his trade with Montverde Academy and also about to represent Team Ontario at the National Games next week. Not saving his energy, coming out to entertain our local fans here in Toronto. Tyndale, of course, looking to have a breakout year with Montverde, the class of 2027 Saga native. And one thing we love about this young man, the age difference between him and many of the players on the floor is quite vast. That does not scare him one single bit. Walks out there like his Damian Lillard, carrying the weight of the city on his back. The future of Canadian basketball, of course, is bright. We hear the statistics all the time, just behind the United States, Canada having the most number of NBA players. And we have Dylan Brooks with another rejection. Brooks hands it off to Nicholson, goes to his favorite spots, and it's cash money for Dylan Brooks. Phoenix Suns will get a treat of that this upcoming NBA season. It's all about making basketball not difficult, just getting to your spots and knocking out shots. As we have Brooks with yet another rebound. Tries to go coast to coast, finds the running Mitchell, who puts it down. We spoke about that 6'8" frame of Mitchell. Not afraid to go body for body with anybody on this floor. Can easily draw the fouls when necessary. We have James going up against the veteran Nicholson, and he drains it in his face. Sometimes we talk about respecting your elders, and the best way to show that respect is to say, hey, look at how I've worked on my game. I can make anything happen. Nicholson from three. Won't go this time around, but is saved by Xavier Ochu. Goes for the back step midi, and he drains it off the backboard. Afosa opts for the quick three, and he drains it. It's 10-16 in favor of Saga City as we have less than 5 minutes to go in our first quarter. Loss of possessions running through Brooks as he goes to his favorite spot. It's going to be out of bounds with just about 11 seconds. And we'll see the bench of Saga City coming to make the rotation happen. We spoke earlier about the deep bench of DAC and Team Miller. Essentially two teams combined into one. Team Miller, of course, were last year's champions, as we have none other than Leonard Miller scoring the series-high 50 points in a championship game. Dylan Brooks cutting off the wing, blocked out by Afosa, not making the basket easy for him. Gets the shot off, but won't go in. Trey Ball Haynes. Trey knows how to ball. And the bench is showing as much love as possible. Step back, cash money off the bench. It's getting crazy out here in Toronto as we have less than 4 minutes to go. DAC, of course, wearing the green threads. And we have Saga City with the whites. It's just a 4-point game ahead for Saga City. Behind the back pass was unsuccessful, but somehow finds the hands of Andrew Nicholson, who makes it drop. Trey Ball Haynes Goes around the screen of Lacey James. Pump fake by James, goes all the way trying to fight through Nicholson and earns 2 shots from the free throw line in the process.
It's going to be on Nicholson, number 11 is first.
Of course, Lacey James is a big man playing locally for the Raptors 905. A great rebounder, shot blocker, and a strong physical presence. We've seen many of his teammates try to utilize the beautiful screens he tends to set off. Very textbook, something that every young baller should watch intently if you're trying to improve your game. Definitely not a score-first player, but someone who can take care of all the dirty work where necessary as he shoots 2 from the line.
Number 1 round Axa in the game for Saga City takes out Andrew Nicholson. We're good on the second one.
Once again, James getting that block as we spoke about his big frame. Trying to go strong against the mismatch, and once again earns another foul call. He'll make another trip to the charity stripe.
It's good.
We're back live again, less than 3 minutes to go. Saga City's up by 6. Another mid-range jumper from GAC. Hanging on closely, just a 4-point game. Michael Okafor earning his first foul of the game.
That's his first. Saga City up 4, long and line. Key jam number 15 comes in for James, number 25. It's good.
Trey Ball-Haynes with a shimmy with his opposite number. Gets the better of Emmanuel Ansa. Emmanuel couldn't find the answer on that play. Back again in the hands of Dylan Brooks. Goes up against Afosa. Couldn't drain it this time around. It's great competition as Ansa hustles hard. Brooks going hard to the basket and earning the foul call. Stirs down, key job. A menacing presence, doing a lot of dirty work for Team Canada as well as the Houston Rockets. Many people try to tag him as the villain of basketball. We remember the series going up against LeBron James. But of course, nothing but a fierce competitor, able to put himself on the line at any moment. Brooks draining 2. Afosa goes straight away at Brooks and gets the kickball to go out of bounds. I know the World Cup is coming up next year. Afosa might just be getting in a few reps right about now. This time we got Cody John going up against Michael Okafor. It's swiped out of there. Trey Ball-Haynes will bring it up Goes for the oop with a fosa, just shortly missed, and that will be out of bounds. Sauga City basketball, less than 2 minutes to go. It's good. That's long from Mitchell Long. Mitchell Long playing his basketball all the way in Greece. Just shows the great diversity of talents overseas, representing Canada. It's a beautiful jam off the oop by the high flying of Vosa Holiugu Halaber. Super athletic forward. Butler gonna have lots of fun with this young man. Might be a freshman, but is built like a pro. In this day and age of great athleticism, great cuts, great drives, Efosa fits the perfect mold of what your modern NBA team will be scouting for. As we're down to our last minute of basketball, Sauga City's up 30-24. Long range effort doesn't go in from T-Job.
We've got Mike from Boston. Where's Mike? Stand up, Mike. We rep. Stand up, man. Let him go. And also want to shout out Caleb Houston.
Just approaching the 30-second mark as Trey tries to shoot over Brooks and gets to the goal. Trey Ball Haynes slowly making a name for himself tonight. Cody John opts for the three, tries to bank it in. Brooks gets the easy rebound, and it's fouled in the process by Chevy Brown. Chevy has an uncanny way of popping out of nowhere, trying to get the blocks and steals and all the handy plays. But unfortunately, he lands himself in the foul book as Brooks once again will make a trip to the free throw line.
Stick around, don't go anywhere.
Almost like a mini reunion of sorts. As we mentioned earlier, the likes of Dylan Brooks, having played lots of basketball back in the day with Naz Mitchell Long. They've teamed up on the Pro-Am court before. A little bit of shenanigans never hurt anybody. 20 seconds to go. The Mitchell Long brothers, Eli and Naz, giving us some high-flying razzle-dazzle. Brooks. 3 seconds to go as DAC trying to steal one back before the end of the quarter. And that will be time. It's an 8-point lead for Sauga City as we heard into the quarter break. Lots of end-to-end basketball. We've seen some flashes of what might come along as we stroll along in this basketball game. This, of course, is championship night. It's August 1st, live in the city of Toronto. This is the Tait McKenzie Centre bringing you Toronto Pro-Am 2025. We'll be right back. This, of course, is not the first time we've seen these two scrap it out on the Pro-Am court. In week 2, on July 16, we saw DAC and T Miller defeat Saga City 101-93. That was a very entertaining game and interesting because we had Saga City up 51-48 at the halftime break. Very close encounter until we saw Chevy Brown take matters into his own hands, took on the responsibility of closing down the primary attacker in Tyndale, as once again we see that favorite matchup. Nicholson trying to eliminate the threat behind the back pass from Tyndale to Nicholson. Nicholson feeds it back to Mitchell Long. Mitchell Long crafting his way through as Brooks opts for the 3, and it's cash. Cool as you like from Dylan Brooks. Carr swings it off to Afosa. Mitchell Long fouled on the fast break. Coach is calling for an unsportsmanlike foul. Clear path foul maybe. Let's see what the refs decide tonight. Special shout out to Arite Threads for our jerseys tonight, making the players look fresh and clean. And we of course have to shout out the refs tonight as well, rocking their signature summertime shorts. Tyndale uses a screen of Nicholson. Tries to find Mitchell for the oop. Mitchell makes it go anyways as he pushes out Key Job. Lots of scrapping and pushing and shoving going on down here. Marcus Carr up against Mitchell Long. Key Job tried to Chevy. Chevy tried to the open lane but could not get it to drop. Tyndale to Mitchell Long. Mitchell Long, quick 3, won't go. Mitchell to Nicholson, doing what the big man does, and it's grabbed by Afosa. Broski said, give me that basketball, it's mine. It ain't yours. Afosa known for his attacking intensity, flying all over the place, getting the high dunks and easily appearing on every highlight reel. But one underrated aspect of his game is his defensive energy. Constantly tracking back, finding the important man, and getting those blocks where necessary. Key Job against Mitchell. Big man on big man. Mitchell tries to get the block as Tyndale is thrown to the ground and earns himself the foul call. It's 26-39 as Saga City seems to be running away with a 13-point lead just in our second quarter tonight. Tyndale rocking the classy headband as he'll be matched up against Ball Haynes. Quickly finds Brooks, who can make the 3 to go. Key Job trying to force through quickly, goes for the 3, and this time he makes it. Key Job with his first points of the night. Mitchell Long already with 7. Tyndale makes it 6 points tonight as he cuts through the lane. Marcus Carr up against Mitchell Long. Tries to find the cutting Lacey James, but it's picked off. Mitchell Long with a shake and bake, swings it out to the open. Tyndale for 3, won't go. Mitchell cleans it up as Nicholson gets the jam. Nicholson says, Mitchell, if you ain't got it, I got your back. That's the team spirit of Canadian basketball. Ball Haynes sends Tyndale flying and earns himself a foul call. He'll make a trip to the line. Ball Haynes, of course, born in Toronto and plays his basketball overseas in Spain. We've seen players all the way in Greece, Georgia, South Korea, United States, and now we have another Canadian international playing for Casa de Mont in Zaragoza, Spain. Also had a stint with the University of Vermont. We've seen his high motor on display in the NCAA. and now representing DACX Team Miller in our Pro-Am 2025. Got the green shoes to match the jersey by Arite Flores. This time Brooks will bring it up, matched up against Ball Haynes and calling for the screen from Nicholson. Goes with a step back three, almost cash, but it's cleaned up by Mitchell. Mitchell tries to hit James with a spin and he gets the charge. Mitchell caught Lacey James right in the face with a floating elbow. Definitely unintentional, but unfortunate nonetheless. We'll get the foul call. So far, it's Ball Haynes coming out on top with points with 14 tonight. And of course, next up, not surprisingly, is Dylan Brooks with 13. Expect those numbers to rack up quick as Marcus Carr chops up the three. That's 5 points tonight for number 5 representing DAC. Brooks bounces off the head of Carr, tries to go for the spin move. Midi! Oh no, that's embarrassing. Brooks just out here having some fun. Air ball from Carr. This time is Naz Mitchell long throwing the alley to Brooks as he makes it 17 points tonight, forcing DAC to call the timeouts. DAC definitely coming out with a huge numbers, trying to stack up against Saga City. Well, they find themselves short by 13 points. As we head into the timeout break, we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Second quarter. It's been almost like a hit so far. On top.
Ball Haynes hands it off to Lacey. Back in the hands of Trey, who tries to go for the tray. And it's cleaned up and thrown back in. It's an 11-point game. Eli Michulong trying to use the screen of Nicholson. It's turned over. Carr will bring it up, opting for the three right away, and he drains it. Marcus Carr for three. That's 8 points tonight for Carr as he's slowly riding up the points board. Nicholson matched up against Mishak Lufile as Nicholson nearly gets the better of him. Nicholson playing his basketball out in Korea. The 35-year-old veteran, and that's back-to-back threes from Marcus Carr. Shouting towards the Saga City bench and saying, you better call that timeout or it's about to get hot. Marcus Carr hits the three to cut it to 5 points between Saga City and DACX Team Miller. We'll be right back. It's of course not surprising. Marcus Carr coming out to show off what he's got. He's definitely a certified bucket when he gets rolling. Also a Toronto native right here in his hometown. And also an NCAA veteran as well, representing Texas and Minnesota. Now plays overseas in Israel. He's quick, he's confident, and he's always been that guy since his high school days. Definitely one known for his trademark pull-up jumpers. Not waiting to set the play, just chucking it up and knowing it's going to go in because it's coming from the hands of Marcus Carr. Carr with 11 points tonight as we head into 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Back again. Trey and Carr hitting Brooks with a double team. Brooks not breaking the sweat to throw the ball up. Couldn't go. Carr once again for the pull-up jumper. He thinks he has the hot hand, but this one goes to the airball city. It's a turnover to Saga City. We have Xavier Ochu back in the game. Back out to Brooks. Brooks thought about the shot. Going against Marcus Carr. That hits the midi and talks some trash in the process. These two are going at it, and we expect them to keep the fire burning all game long. Ball Haynes goes around the screen of Lacey. Crafty step through as he drops it in. Trey's on a roll tonight, chucking up 16 points. Major Long goes for the three, just short, and it will bounce out of bounds. Oh no, we have Marcus Carr making him sit down, and he finds the assist. Oh, it's nasty work as he hits the dance step on the Tait McKenzie floor. It's getting spicy and hot in Toronto. This is Pro-Am basketball. Brooks cuts through and is tipped out of bounds by DAC as he appeals to the refs. That will be out of bounds. DAC basketball. Ball Haynes once again, a fearless 6'2" guard leader, previously representing Canada basketball on the highest stages, as is blocked by Frank Mitchell. Mitchell Long uses the screen of Mitchell, finds a wide open Cody John, who couldn't knock down the three. It's a backdoor cut, blocked out of the air by Mitchell Long. Emmanuel Ansa responding the right way. Less than 3 minutes to go. Saga City up by 5 against DAC. Chevy Brown finds the hands of Ball Haynes, who's on an island against Brooks. What's he got in his bag? Tries to go for the combo move, spin move, blocked by Brooks. Fearless defense, didn't break a sweat with that one. Cody John's second attempt is 0 for 2 from 3. Lacey James, the big man, matched up, thought about the three, finds the wide open man who chucks up the three, just short. Mitchell Long, the speedy guard, darts up the court and throws it out. A little bit of confusion on the offense from Saga City. Lots of quick-paced basketball is the trademark of Saga City. Lots of great guards. We've seen the likes of the Mitchell Long brothers, Javion Tyndale, of course, Saga's very own Brooks, bowing out with 19 points so far. The points leader in the game as Afosa will match up against Nas and Mitchell Long. Chevy Brown against Tyndale. Cody John on an island with Keyjob. Keyjob tries to hit with a jab. Won't go. Mitchell Long cuts through two, loses the basketball. Chevy Brown hands it off to Keyjob, who drains it with a jab. Saga City just up by 3, trying to extend their lead to spare their blushes. Cody John, who was 0 for 2 from the three-point line at the moment, opts for the mid-range jumper instead. Couldn't get this one to go, and finally Cody John drops it in. Key job against Cody John. We saw them go at it on the opposite corner. That's 0 for 2 from the mid-range for Key Job. As Eli drives through and loses the handles. It's out of bounds. Marcus Carr checks back in. We saw him get the crowd going earlier on with back-to-back threes. The combination of him, Afosa, and Trey trying to bring some stability, but at the same time, creativity and flair as Trey moves with the anchor, hits the backdoor to Afosa. Back out to Lacey, going strong through Cody. John couldn't get the finish as Nicholson grabs the rebound. Nas, coast to coast, won't go. And Nas earns himself another foul in the process.
29.2 seconds left.
Marcus Carr having to check out earlier on in a little bit of foul trouble. Currently sitting at 3 personal fouls just in the first half, with less than 30 seconds to play. This time is Marcus Carr trying to run down the clock. Trey tries to set the screen as Carr uses the double screen. Goes up and under. Couldn't fall, but thanks to Afosa, he makes it go. 7.9 left in the game as Tyndale tries to get a quick bucket. They have the 3-point lead. Tyndale for the long three. Nicholson almost hits the jam. Even at 35 years old, he's still got the bounce in him. Couldn't get it to fall as we see it 53-50 in favor of Saga City. Lots of great highlights tonight, live from the Tait McKenzie Centre. It's lots of love being shown from the fans, and it's of course being reciprocated by our very own Canadian stars. We'll be right back with some more action in our second half. This is Toronto Pro-Am 2025. To put a huge, strong spotlight on some of Canada's best talents. A great way to bring out the community to show love in our very own family-style atmosphere. For some big stars, we've seen some stars such as Dylan Brooks playing the Pro-Am in the past. We've also seen the likes of Nikhil Alexander Walker also take the floor at the Pro-Am. And of course, there was a 2024 champion in Leonard Miller of the Minnesota Timberwolves, breaking the scoring record for the Toronto Pro-Am with 50 points. You've also seen the likes of Dwight Powell, Andrew Nemhard, Shaden Sharp, and Eugene O'Marie represent their respective Pro-Am teams in the circuit. All the fun and action, of course, did not start off today. This was a month-long series of games. we had Sauga City in week 1 coming out victorious against Boom Squad. And then we had our previous champions in Team Miller and DAC featuring in week 2 on July 16, where DAC defeated Sauga City 101-93, making a marvelous comeback to blow the game out of the water. We saw both teams feature in our semifinal. Sauga City went up against Top of the AM, edging out the win 108-104. Top of the AM were tied at 104 with Iggy Hunt getting the bucket before the very own Sauga zone, Javion Tyndale, went up with a great flashy dribble through the lane and dropped the floater to go. And just as Top of the AM were about to inbound, Xavier Ochu picked off the inbounder and got another bucket to make it 108-104 as Sauga City stole the win. On the other end of the semifinal, we had DAC go up against Tobin Basketball. A very, very different story as it was a 20-point blowout against Tobin. It goes to show the dominance of DAC. They might be up under 3 points tonight. With just blinking, that lead could change in an instant. It just shows the very volatile nature of the game of basketball. Basketball, of course, always a game of runs. As soon as the player gets the hot hand, it's game over. Who might that hot hand be tonight? We might see some more amazing action in our second half of basketball. And of course, this brought us all the way to championship night, which is tonight, live from the Tait McKenzie Centre. As the Stars are out, Canadian Stars representing the Maple Leaf all across the globe. We got Dylan Brooks so far, almost approaching the 20-point mark just in our first half, leading the charge for Sauga City. We also have up-and-coming stars like Javion Tyndale and Efosa Oligualabo coming out to show why you should buy some of their draft stock right now before they blow up like Shades and the Kills. Now is the time to pen those names. We just about 5 more minutes before we get towards our second half. We have a special performance. Our special performance tonight is brought to you by Jonathan Kabongo, a Toronto recording artist. Back if you're joining us. This is Toronto Pro-Am 2025, Canada's very own NBA-sanctioned Pro-Am Summertime League, where some of the best Canadian talents from all across the globe, from the NBA all the way to South Korea, Greece, Spain, and many other countries, come out to show off their best efforts as we put a spotlight on the great development we've seen in Canadian basketball. Of course, some top performers from tonight. We've had Dylan Brooks, the Canadian Olympian, showing off his great grit and intensity, getting buckets from his favorite mid-range spot, hitting those spin moves as he works on endlessly and tirelessly, and always, as usual, being a menace on defense, the way he earned his craft in the NBA, representing the Houston Rockets and now making his way to the Phoenix Suns, as we're less than 30 seconds away from our second half of basketball. We've also seen the Mitrou-Long brothers playing in Greece, coming out with their quick, shifty movements, cutting through the lane at any given moments. We had a spark of a moment from Marcus Carr of DAC, getting the hot hand, hitting both threes to light up the crowd here in the Tait McKenzie Centre. And we cannot forget Trey Ball Haynes, the former Canadian international 6'1" guard, leading the charge like a floor general that he is, getting the buckets, playing basketball the right way, making the textbook screens. It's about to be a cracker of an affair. As we head into our third quarter of basketball, it's 53-50 in favor of Sauga City against Team Miller. As always, a special thank you to our sponsors for tonight. Special thank you to Foot Locker Canada, Arite Threads, Canada Basketball, and our very own CBC Sports. And we have Mitrou-Long bringing the ball up to kick off our second half of basketball. And right away we have Brooks going up against Afosa. We saw him hit a midi in his face earlier on in the first half. This time it won't go. Key jab finds Lacey James. Back in the hands of Carr. Carr goes around the screen of James. It's good from Naz Mitrou-Long. Found by his brother Eli. They've probably been hitting the ball courts from the playground days, and now in their professional endeavors, getting it done on the Pro-Am court. Ball Haynes swings it out to the open James. It won't go for James. Nicholson is wide open, gets the easy jam to go. Nicholson getting 6 points tonight. Afosa hands it off to Trey. Trey goes to Cody John. Three is just short. Eline speeding through. Behind the back double, tries to bank it in. Lacey James wasn't having any of that. Once again, as Ball Haynes tries to go quick to stunt the defense. Hands it off to James, who's going to go strong at Nicholson. This time it won't go. Brooks to Mitchell Long. Brooks cleans it up. It's amazing hearing the names like Dylan Brooks on a court like this, a local talent from Mississauga, Ontario. Reaching the 21-point mark tonight as his opposite number, Marcus Carr, swings it out to Lacey James. We got the mismatch. Nicholson comes out to help, and it's a travel for Lacey James. As we mentioned, Lacey James always coming in with a strong physical presence. If you're a big fan of the Raptors 905, you might have seen James suit up in the past as Nicholson goes for the three, and it's cash money for Nicholson. Key job goes against Cody John. Key job trying to blow him off, but John is staying relentless and stubborn. It's an air ball that goes out of bounds. As the refs deliberate whose ball might it be. As DAC basketball. This time, Michael Okafor will replace Key Job. Ball Haynes against Nas. Goes straight at him in the paint. He's got the open lane. Trey has a great knack for finding the open man as right off the bench, Okafor hits the three. Mitchell Long. It's his turn to go against Ball Haynes. Trey stumbles. So Mitchell Long could not hit the three. Behind the back from Afosa. We've seen multiple turnovers, very eager to get the break going. A quick high flyer, super athletic freshman. As Brooks tries to teach him not to play with his food, and Afosa ends the foul in the process. Dylan Brooks using some of that NBA experience, knowing how to draw fouls at the right moments. Be careful when you go for the jump. Dylan Brooks with 21 points tonight, makes it 22. We might see a charge for that scoring record, currently held by Leonard Miller with 50 points in the championship game of 2024. As Team Miller took home the chip. Ball Haynes matched up against Frank Mitchell. Goes for the three and earns the foul call. He's going to make a trip to the line to shoot three. Of course, as we mentioned, Ball Haynes is a Toronto native. Played his high school basketball at Bill Crothers before making a trip over to the United States to play at University of Vermont. Played between 2014 and 2018 as he averaged 11.7 points per game and 3.7 assists. And earned the America East Player of the Year in back-to-back 2017 and 2018 seasons. Also got lots of experience in the NBA Summer League as he went undrafted in 2018. It's a step back midi from Mitchell Long as he hits the hop step. A little bit of showboating going on. Afosa matched up against Brooks. Brooks eliminated from the equation, but Afosa couldn't hit the three. Cody Long, this time trying to lead the charge. Blows by Okafor and banks it in for 2. 14-point game for Saga City. We saw DAC close the gap to just 4 points and is back up against a 14 as Trey earns another foul call. Trey with 19 points tonight, looking to make it 21. Only other player with more than 20 is Dylan Brooks with 24. Ball Haynes, of course, showing lots of that veteran experience. We've seen him bounce around many teams like the Milwaukee Bucks in his summer league. Had a moments with the German BBL for the Skyliners Frankfurt. And also played a little bit with Wisconsin in the G League. Nature Long against Okafor. Goes around the screen of Mitchell. Sidestep 3, high arcing, and he drains it from way out. Nature Long hitting the long 3, very trademark. A picturesque moment as Tyndale hounds Trey. Trey having to go deep in his bag, scoops it up, and once again will make a trip to the line. Saga City visibly frustrated as Brooks tries to coach Tyndale, showing him some of that defensive stance. The appropriate way to get your hands up. Don't have to swing at the man driving. Just stand your ground and beat him to the lane. And that's one of the many great things about the Pro-Am. You see players from all varieties. We got the veterans as far as Andrew Nicholson, and we got the young guns like Javion Tyndale, barely out of high school, class of 2027 guard. Might be physically undersized, but plays like he's the biggest man on the court. Love the heart of the kid. 58-72 is the score as we approach 5 minutes in quarter 3. Saga City still holding a commanding 14-point lead as Mitchell Long gets it swiped out of bounds. And Saga City will keep possession with 11 seconds to play. Brooks hands it off to Mitchell Long. Brooks is asking for it. It was tipped out of bounds by the swinging arms of Ball Haynes. Brooks matched up against Afoso once again. We've seen those two battle it out on the floor. Great way to sharpen up your skills in the summer ends. Ball Haynes cuts through, tries to go for the clever pass, but instead results in a turnover. Dylan Brooks jams it off, the assist off the glass, courtesy of Mitchell Long. Saga City make it 74 points. They're flying away, representing the Mississauga brand all the way in Toronto. Tyndale gets the rebound. Coast to coast. As Tyndale gets the tough buckets, a goal. Calling for the foul. Won't get it, but gets the love of the audience in the house tonight. As we get a timeout call. 58-76, Saga City up. We'll be right back. And we're back live again. This is Toronto Pro-Am, the 3rd year of its existence, founded in 2023. And we've seen many great ways that this competition brings together the city of Toronto and the greater Toronto area at large. We speak with many parents and fans, and they speak about the loving atmosphere they encounter the moment they walk in here. They say it feels like a community, feels just right at home. It's the reason the players don't get paid to be here, but they love coming out here. As nothing beats getting some of that home comfort loving support from your local Toronto natives.
sure you come out every week right here to the championship ball. Come out every week to support. Toronto boy. Here we go.
Chevy Brown checks back into the game. He'll be a supporting right-hand man to Trey Ball-Haynes as Lofile sets the screen for Trey. Trey, knowing when to pick his moments, hands it off to Meshach, who gets it a drop and gets the foul. Meshach Lofile will shoot the and one. The Burlington, Ontario native bounced around many leagues, also playing in the Netherlands, just expanding the ever-wide variety of countries where we see Canadian talent being represented on the global stage. 32 years of age, starting over 2 meters tall, as Mitru Long goes for the tough bucket and gets the and one. Mitru Long flying fearlessly through the Canadian air and getting that sweet maple finish to drop through the cup.
Coming into the game, number 5, Marcus Carr. Takes out number 1, Ball-Haynes.
Mitru Long with 12 points tonight. Buckets not easy to come by tonight. We might see a higher than normal scoring line, but I can assure you we have the very best of defenders out there, as we do have attackers. So anybody getting double digits tonight, keep a microscope on your radar. No surprise, Afosa flying high as well. One of the most athletic young men on the court. Mitru Long out to Nicholson. Nicholson drains the second three of the night. Andrew Nicholson quietly getting 12 points tonight. Not a super loud guy, very humble Canadian. One of the early trendsetters to pave the way for the future Canadian stars into the NBA. Nicholson, of course, was drafted 19th overall by Orlando in 2012. Also represented St. Bonaventure, even had his jersey retired by them. And just a random fun fact for the man, he's got size 18 shoes. A dominant presence on the floor. Currently playing in his 4th year at South Korea at 35 years of age, and his 14th season as a professional. As once again, we'll see your number 5 Canadian hero, Dylan Brooks, shoot free throws. Brooks hits both to make it 28, creeping in on that 30-point mark as Ball-Haynes will found James. That's out of bounds. Possession will still stay with DAC. And ECM, we have DAC's Connor checking back into the game, pardon me. 14 to inbound. Saga City hitting 5 team fouls, meaning DAC are now in the bonus. Just like Tyndale currently playing at Montverde, we had the free throw shooter Marcus Carr also playing at Montverde in the past. paving the way for future players like Tyndale, as Brooks misses the trademark mid-range elbow shot. Carr blows by Tyndale. Won't get the shot to go. Mitchell grabs the rebound out to Brooks. Tyndale tries to go straight at Connor. Drops him and gets it a go. Ladies and gentlemen of Toronto, we have a highlight from the future superstar. Marcus Carr getting a quiet bucket as the crowd was erupting. With less than 2 minutes to go, the roof was about to blow down. Tyndale has that hot hand and can raise the roof at any given moment. Cody Jones goes for the three, won't go. And we have a damage on the court. Shook the house so hard, the floor is about to come apart. That's the power of Javion Tyndale. In case you may have not noticed, it's a 20-point lead by Saga City. The AC have their work cut out for them. Doing lots of the right things. Trey Ball-Haynes making the right reads, right cuts. Repeatedly finding the open man, using the screens that he has. Goes for the three this time. Three won't go as Ansa grabs the rebound. Brooks going against Keyjob, goes for the three, just short. Second chance opportunity, hits the pump fake, it's Brooks against Connor. Connor trying to guard the Phoenix Suns, man, as Cody John cleans up the Dylan Brooks finish. Marcus Carr for the quick jumper, just short. Rebound by John, coast to coast against Trey Ball-Haynes. Trey blocks it out of bounds in the process. High flying contest from Trey Ball-Haynes. Less than a minute to go as Saga City are up by 22. Dylan Brooks trying to go to work from the elbow. Just short, Marcus Carr with 45 seconds to go. It's a blocking foul by Javion Tyndale. Carr once again will make a trip to the free throw line to shoot two. Quite similar to his teammate Ball-Haynes. Carr also went undrafted in the NBA drafts, but got some summer league basketball with the Phoenix Suns, where Dylan Brooks currently plays as he got traded. And currently plays his basketball in Greece. Averaged 7.4 points per game last season. Also had a stint with the Honey Badgers in our Canadian Elite Basketball League, the CEBL. Great Canadian talents. Has been finding many trips to the free throw line tonight, as Cody Jones will bring it up with just about 20 seconds. Goes around Carr. Cody Jones to the cup, just short. 15 seconds to go. Carr trying to eat up the clock. On an island with Cody John. Trey Ball-Haynes is an option. Goes for the sidestep, long three, and he drains it as he runs down the clock. Marcus Carr with the heat check in the face of Cody John. One man not afraid of the big moments. Has that trademark pull-up jumper. Oftentimes many quick off the fast break, but this time took his precious moment to find his spot and launch the missile. And he stuck the landing. It's Marcus Carr. Just about 40 seconds to go. We're nearly approaching our fourth quarter at Saga City. find themselves up by 17 against DACX Team Miller. We might crown a new champion tonight if the scoreline stays the same. After Sauga City suffered at the hands of DAC and Team Miller earlier in July, they pulled out all the reinforcements, called out the likes of Brooks to run up the points board, and the Mitchell Long brothers coming out strong to represent.
Championship as well, and just leading Henry Carr to great heights. Tony Sims, the Canadian basketball legend, was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and inducted into the Canadian Basketball Hall of Fame in 2022. He competed in the 84 Summer Olympics in Los Angeles, where Canada finished fourth, and was a pioneer for diversity in Canadian basketball, while becoming the first black male to represent Canada in an Olympic Games. Also led Canada to a gold medal in the 1983 World University Games, where they knocked out Michael Jordan, who he was often tasked with guarding Charles Barkley and other prominent stars. Wow, imagine doing that. And last but not least, Mike Caballo, two-time player, original Lake Street baller. Caballo has been hugely influential trailblazer in Canadian basketball. The 33-year-old Congolese Canadian and former pro basketball player, currently working as an assistant coach and player development coach for the Salt Lake City Stars of the NBA 2K. What a story.
One great thing about the Pro-Am is always the opportunity to honor the past, present, and future of Canadian basketball. We have great veterans always showing up and showing out to show love to Canadian basketball. And we have some present stars playing in our lineup tonight. He repeatedly mentioned the likes of Dylan Brooks, representing the Phoenix Suns. In the past, we've had the likes of Leonard Miller and Nikhil Alexander Walker. And tonight we have some of our future Canadian talents, the likes of Javion Tyndale and Efosa Oligualaba. We're heading into our fourth quarter of action. Sauga City up by 17 against DAC and Team Miller. Sauga City holding on to this lead will crown them brand new Toronto Pro-Am champions, stealing the title against the finalist, Team Miller. Everything is out to play for. Trey Ballhanes playing heavy minutes tonight, going back to his favorite pick and roll with Lacey James, although it's picked off. Mitchell Long ups for the quick three, falls right into the hands of Efosa. Efosa calls for the pick against Dylan Brooks. Brooks laughs it off as Key Jab goes for the three. It's just short. Brooks left alone with Efosa. Euro step out to Ansa. Rolls in and out. Efosa thinking about flying high. That's one of the first things on his mind. Looks out for the open man, tries to play a little bit of unselfish basketball. But when the opportunity presents itself, he's not afraid to pick up the call. Efosa Oligualaba will head to the line to shoot two. Efosa represented Canada at the FIBA U19 World Cup in 2025, where they finished 5th overall, averaged 12.9 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. Was an 85% free throw shooter as he cashes that free throw. Makes it 11 points tonight, enters double digits. Mitchell Long up against Chevy Brown. Behind the back pass is overthrown and it's turned over to Chevy, who throws it up a little bit overthrown for Afosa. Afosa's eyes lit up in that moment. Absolutely the man you want to see flying high to catch an alley-oop. Starting this season in the fall, we'll see Afosa representing Butler University. Was a 4-star recruit, one of the top 100 freshmen ranked nationally. Nicholson grabs a rebound, goes for the 3 just short as Mitchell Long steps out of bounds. Another high underrated flyer, super athletic, super quick like his brother. Carr with the razzle-dazzle. Blows by Mitchell Long, shoots from mid-range and drops it in. That's 22 points for Carr. Quietly tying the points tally of Ball Haynes as Dylan Brooks is double-teamed. And Nicholson is stripped. Marcus Carr blows by Mitchell Long and gets fouled in the process. It might be one of the most fouled players tonight in our championship game. Marcus Carr also representing Team Canada at the FIBA U16 Americas in 2015. Averaged 6.2 points per game as we got the silver medal. Lots of these players tonight representing Canada at the national level. Of course, representing the Canadian flag in their respective clubs and teams all over the world. But lots of these players coming back home to put on that red and white. Try to bring home silver, where Canada's still on the conquest to get the first gold medal. Future is looking very bright. Not afraid to talk the trash whenever necessary, but he's also a strong veteran. Do not underrate Marcus Carr. Calm, cool, and collected. The kind of nerves of steel you need in the fourth quarter when it's a 10-point game between Sauga City and DAC. Mitchell Long using the screen of Nicholson. Nicholson for 3. Unlucky roll. Carr will bring it up this time. Taking the pressure off Ball Haynes. Carr goes coast to coast. Nicholson gets the rebound off the attempt from Lacey James. Nas Mitchell Long matched up against James. Opts for the 3 instead. And this time he gets the roll. Gives a special shout out to his bench in the process. Tyndale loving that 3. Something that Javion would do himself if he was on the floor. Trey Ball Haynes cuts through traffic and gets the foul call. Ball Haynes staying cool, calm, and collected on the pressure. Had to bear a huge amount of the load for DAC throughout this game, playing lots of minutes, some of the most minutes tonight. Thankfully had some of that pressure eased off by the likes of Marcus Carr and Afosa. But a super reliable veteran of the game. Reliable on the pressure, knowing how to deliver whenever he's called upon. Played for Canada on many occasions. And as we mentioned before, a natural floor general, sees the game like nobody else does. Always making the right reads as Mitchell Long is matched up against Chevy. And he drains the 3. Everybody putting up the 3s in the air to signify greatness. Chevy Brown tries to respond. Could not get it to go. Lafide goes in strong and drops the hammer. It's 82-94. Saga City up by 12 with less than 7 minutes of basketball to play. And it's quite astonishing, the similar styles of Eli and Nas Mitrulong. Crosses over, Chevy Brown tries to drop in the floater. Could not go this time, as Xavier Ochu picks up another foul tonight. Lots of oohs and ahs resonating throughout the arena. Nothing matches the community-style atmosphere of the Toronto Pro-Am. Of course, bragging rights up for the taking, but everyone's also on an individual conquest of their own, trying to etch their memories in the minds of these young ones who'll remember these moments coming out in their numbers to watch these stars put on a show for them. Marcus Carr against Mitchell. Mitchell grabs that out of the air and stares Carr down as he flies to the floor. Mitrulong wide open for three, just short. Ball Haynes thought about the long pass to Carr. Bell Haynes isolated with the manual answer, goes for the three. That is as cool as you like. Nerves of steel from Trey Ball Haynes to drain the three. It's a 9-point game with 6 minutes to go. Mitrulong earning the and one. He'll make another trip to the line. Lots of entertainment on display. Some high-quality basketball from the Mitrulong brothers. This time it's Eli Mitrulong. And he makes it 3 for 3. Both brothers, of course, hailing from Mississauga. Just shy of 6'1", but using their size to their great advantage. Afosa from the mid-range couldn't get it to fall as Lafide cleans up the mess. It's picked up by Afosa. Brooks guarding him, and he tips it out of bounds. I think we might need to see a one-on-one contest between Dylan Brooks and Afosa. That will make for primetime basketball. 19 seconds to inbound from Chevy Brown. Chevy tries to find the ball. Haynes hands it off to Lafide. Chevy hounded by Xavier Ochu. Almost picked out of the air from Mitrulong, but Afosa gets a charge against Tyndale. Tyndale putting his body on the line to gain possession from Saga City. Still a 10-point game with just about 5 minutes to go as Cody Long checks back in, replacing Xavier Ochu. Not lots of time to inbound. Tyndale just manages to get it in. Matched up against Okafor. Goes quickly. And that's a travel called against Tyndale. Everybody trying to contest that call. Not looking pretty on the Knights. Tyndale, of course, no stranger to the big moment, as we mentioned before. The heart of a lion from this young man. Quite reminiscent of a Chihuahua on a good day. Ball Haynes waves off the screen. Goes for the two-man action. And he drains the three from way out. Trey Ball Haynes. Ice cold as that's out of bounds. Dylan Brooks flying to the ground. And the bench cheering for that one. You might just see the dog of Brooks coming out tonight. Seems to be unfazed. Definitely the man for the big moments. Dylan Brooks with 28 points tonight. Shaking off the knock. Hopefully he doesn't pick up anything. Just signed for the Suns. They'll need him for this season as they try to claw their way back into contention. Fosa will inbound. Trey currently with the hot hand. Has a streak of his own going. Uses the screen of Lufile. Trey wide open from mid-range and back-to-back buckets for Ball Haynes. Ball Haynes is balling out tonight. 32 points. The points leader overtaking Dylan Brooks' 28. Mitru Long crossover against Chevy Brown. Quick combo move, runs into traffic of Ball Haynes. Tyndale for three, just short. And into the hands of Chevy Brown. And of course, this is the man you won the ball's hands in. Jerry Ball Haynes behind the back. Stutter step hitting Nicholson. Flying high as Carr tries to clean up the mess. Carr gets it back and is fouled by Andrew Nicholson. Once again, Marcus Carr with 25 points tonight will make yet another trip to the free throw line. Marcus Carr is that kind of guy that just sneaks up out of nowhere and knows how to get the calls. It's not always about just getting the direct bucket. Sometimes you just have to put your body in the way and get the defenders to swing at you, and you'll make those free throws when necessary. Marcus Carr shooting two at the line. Improving year after year as he bounces around overseas, representing the Maple Leaf wherever he goes. Shines super brightly in the NCAA. Back in his day, became Canada's all-time NCAA leader in points and assists. He surpassed the likes of Juan Mendez and Andrew Nembhard, picked off by Chevy Brown, who couldn't get the finish. And it's Marcus Carr going for the three. It's good! Marcus Carr tying the ball game at 97 points. It's a historic comeback from DAT and Team Miller. We have the hottest moment of the night as Marcus Carr, number 5, puts on a 5-star performance to hit 30 points in our Toronto Pro-Am championship game. It's a timeout called by Saga City. We're in for a cracker of an affair with just less than 4 minutes to go. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. It's no surprise we were talking about Marcus Carr. At the time in his NCAA, he's becoming Canada's all-time NCAA leader in points and assists. The big man for the big moments. We spoke about his pull-up jumpers, going on the hot streaks. Once he gets that hot hand going, he does not slow down. And we're seeing that 5-star performance on display tonight as Marcus Carr hits 30 points, joins Trey Ball Haynes in a 30-point club, and it's tied 97 points apiece between Saga in the whites and DAC and Team Miller in green. 3.5 minutes to go. Brooks double team. Cody Long goes for the three, just short. We have an off-ball foul called by the refs. Saga City will inbound. We've seen Saga City be heavily dependent on the likes of Dylan Brooks, trying to find him in his spots. Fosa trying to guard him closely, preventing any opportunities, making sure he works for every single bucket he tries to get. As Nas Mitru Long is blocked by Trey Ball Haynes. Oh, the brother can ball. Ball Haynes now on offense. Uses the screen of Lufile, finds Lufile. Lufile scoops it in. And DAC grabbed the lead against Saga City. Just about 3 minutes of basketball to go. Cody John out to Dylan Brooks. Brooks couldn't get the finish. Nicholson with a spin move and calms the crowd down. It's 99 points apiece. Nicholson with 14 points tonight, doing the important work when it matters. Marcus Farr, Lafite for three, just wide right. Not known for his three-point shooting, but was wide open, and he said, why not? Cody John with the underhand finish, and he's fouled. Count the basket. Saga City crossover into triple digits is 101-99 as Cody John will head to the free throw line. Cody John not having the loudest performance tonight, but coming up strong when he matters the most, getting the crafty finish against Ball Haynes. Ball Haynes having gotten the better of many attackers tonight, earning himself 3 blocks so far. But Cody John drains the three free throws to make it 9 points for him. 102-99 is the score. Ball Haynes blows by Mitru Long. Sidestep three, just shy of the cup. Dylan Brooks trying to calm down the Saga City natives. Nas on an island with Chevy. Frank Mitchell trying to set up a blockade as he goes at Lufile. Stops on a dime and he's double teamed. Cody John goes with a long three and it's cash money. Cody John coming up strong when he matters the most. Gesticulating at the DAC bench as we approach 2 minutes. 6 points to go as Marcus Carr uses the screen of Lufile. Runs into traffic. Wide open and Fosa rises high and is fouled by Frank Mitchell, who's visibly frustrated. Fosa Olugu-Olabor, with 11 points tonight, will have a chance to make it 13 and close the gap to 4 points to make it just about a one-possession game if it can make it both. For a lot of these players, the more veteran players, they can show off the years of experience in their calm and poise in how they handle the game, how they make the right reads, find the open men even under pressure, being hounded by great defenders. And of course, there's also a great learning opportunity for the young ones like Afosa to learn how to handle themselves in high pressure moments. What do you do with the ball in your hands? Cody John, hounded by Chevy Brown as Chevy gets the pick. The York University alumnus finds Ball Haynes, who is stopped in his tracks by Mitru Long. Behind the back pass, Cody John wide open, and Nicholson drains it. It's 107-100 as DAC will call the timeout. Just a minute and a half to go. Dylan Brooks dapping up and laughing it up with his fellow Saga City natives. They know if they can just keep their composure, they're going to run away with the chip and dethrone Team Miller for the championship. Right now, it's all about trying to handle the pressure as much as possible. Who can dig deep when the lights are brightest, when all the cameras are flashing, all eyes in the city of Toronto are on you? Can you pull out that important shot, hit that three, get that open drive, go strong and get the free throw call? It all comes down to those basic fundamentals, why they work hours in the gym. These are the moments where champions are forged. Might not be for the Larry O'Brien, but of course, we got the Larry O'Bragging rights up for grabs if they can make something happen tonight. DAC have their work cut out for them with a 7-point deficit against Saga City. Cody John, of course, is a baller, as we're seeing. Stretching out the lead for Sauga City is no scrub. Of course, unsurprisingly, a Mississauga native. Standing at 6'3" is a guard. Played his high school at Wasatch Academy in Utah. Also played at Weber State University, earning 2 All-Big Sky Conference honors and finishing with over 1,000 career points in over 129 games in the NCAA. That's Ball Haynes hits the high floater to make it a 5-point game. We're slowly approaching a minute left to go in our Pro-Am. Mitchell Lung with a combo move against Trey. Step back pump fake, almost catches the 3. Marcus Carr with less than a minute to go. Goes right at Mitchell Lung, dives for the loose ball, it's out of bounds. He'll go the way of Sauga City. And it's one of those fundamental traits of just protecting the basketball. Could be the difference between victory and a loss, as we're seeing right now. Brooks to inbound to Mitchell Long, less than a minute to go. 50 seconds, Sauga City are up by 5 against DAC. Mitchell Long blows back Chevy, but somehow Chevy picks it up from behind. Finds the wide open Enfosa, who puts down the Thor hammer. It's a 3-point game, just a 1-possession game. 39 seconds to go. It's in the hands of Eli Mitchell Long. Hounded with a double team. They got to get it over the line. Passes it off to his brother, Nas, with a beautiful dime to Andrew Nicholson. 28 seconds to go. It's a 5-point game from Sauga City. Nicholson with 18 points tonight. Lots of contesting going with the refs. Chevy Brown pleading his case to the refs. Thinks there may have been something in there before the Nicholson finish. Might have been some unsportsmanlike conduct or attack in there. Trey Ball Haynes misses a crucial free throw, visibly frustrated. The points leader tonight with 34 points. Won't matter if they cannot claw the lead back against Sauga City. 28 seconds is what we have left on the clock. DAC have to make a quick play, get up a quick 3. Ball Haynes is fouled by Nas. And he's gonna make a trip to the free throw line. We spoke about Ball Haynes' composure as a floor general that he is, represented Canada at the highest stages. Can he do it in front of a packed house of 1,000 here in North York at the Tait McKenzie Centre? Has back-to-back missed free throws. He'll be kicking himself for that one. Could have been a 3-point game if he hit the last 2. But now DAC have their work cut out for them. Just extra work for them to get back into this game. He hits this one. 4-point game. Doesn't make it any easier. As Sauga City have to get it over the line. Full court press from DAC. Throws it to Mitchell Long, who finds Dylan Brooks composed, and he'll be fouled by Enfosa. Dylan Brooks casually will make a trip to the line, hoping to join Marcus Carr and Trey Ball Haynes in the 30-point club if he can hit both. A cool outing from the Mississauga native Dylan Brooks. Barely looking like he's breaking a sweat, but super crucial. Getting to his spots, hitting the free throws, silky smooth as you like. The Canadian starter trying to ice out this game, trying to stifle out the competition. Paul Haynes did everything right today, made the right reads, made the right passes. The two crucial free throws to pull DAC back into this one just fell short. And now it's a 5-point game, a 6-point game in favor of Sauga City. As DAC call a timeout, hoping to get up a quick 3 and a stop to hopefully try to send this game into overtime. These two, of course, like we mentioned, met up in week 2. DAC got the better of Sauga City, although Sauga City didn't have the same number of reinforcements as they had today. The key additions of Eli and Naz Mitrulung, the brothers playing their basketball in Greece, as well as the familiar face of Dylan Brooks coming out to carry the points load tonight. We had Dylan with 30 points, and the Naz and Eli brothers with 17 and 16 points apiece, almost identical in their play style and their points tally. Super crucial on the night. And of course, can we forget our Canadian legend, Andrew Nicholson, coming up with 18 points in a crucial matchup. A flurry of points earlier on in this fourth quarter from Cody John made sure that Sauga City pulled away ever further away from the grasp of DAC. And now Marcus Carr will have a chance to inbound with just 14 on the shot clock. DAC hoping to get up a quick 3. Ball Haynes trying to get open. Might go for the quick shot. Steps out of bounds, and possession will swing to Sauga City. And that just might be it. 15 seconds to go. Sauga City will see out this game as Xavier Ochu ices the game for 3 to make it 114-105. And that's the ball game. Any other point now is consolation. It's thrown out of bounds. And this has been the Toronto Pro-Am 2025. As Eli Mitrulung will hand it off to Nicholson, who will close it off at the buzzer. And that brings us to the end of a thrilling encounter. Although Sauga City are our new champions, dethroning Team Miller, our previous 2024 champions, it's all about the love as the brothers shake it out. Lots of these players playing internationally in Spain, in South Korea, in France, in Greece, in the United States, all congregating together on one united roof. Quite befitting that the colors of tonight at the Tait McKenzie Centre at the red and white to represent the Canadian flag, pardon me. And this time around is Sauga City coming out victorious, 117-105. A familiar face in Dylan Brooks getting 30 points tonight. He was fantastic getting to the right spots, hitting that trademark spin move that he works on all season long. We saw him spamming that move during the warm-ups. And that same move has earned them the victory. Sauga City definitely did not have the easiest path all the way to the championship. Had to claw and fight for every single point. First off, starting off with a victory against Boom Squad in week 1, 91-77. They fell to the hands of DAC in week 2, 101-93 was the scoreline, before managing to earn themselves a spot in the semifinals, where just at the very end they clawed out a victory against top of the AM, 108-104. And now with added reinforcements, learning from their lesson against the previous outing against DAC, to reinforce your bench, come out with the numbers, come out with the strong reinforcements, they come out victorious, 117-105. Live and direct from the Tait McKenzie Centre in North York, Ontario. Sauga City are your 2025 Toronto Pro-Am champions. We'll have the trophy presentation coming up shortly. We're back as we're about to go underway with our trophy presentation for the victorious Saga City up against Tait McKenzie Centre. You can see what it means for these young gentlemen. Lots of them coming out with their family, their friends. Some people traveling far and wide. All across Canada and from the U.S. Show love to our local heroes here in Canada.
Okay, looks like we're ready. Want to say a few words?
Great talent, Dylan Brooks. Young brothers coming out victorious.
Just quick, before we get out of here, man. Thank you guys for coming out and putting on a show for our city. You know, we look for the city, man. It can't be done without you guys. So, you know what I mean? Third season in the books. Congratulations to the new 2025 summer champion, Saga City.
Yeah, Saga City will be crowned champions in the most befitting manner. As Tyndale and the Bros will lift up the iconic Toronto Pro-Am trophy in its third year of operation. Lots of love is being bucketed out. And as we mentioned before, great time out for the veterans to come out and show that they still got it. Lots of active players coming back home to put on a show for our local fans. And of course, the future of Canadian basketball getting that much needed experience at the high stages with high stakes moments. And after a relentless efforts, holding on strong and getting the necessary buckets in the fourth quarter. Saga City are your Toronto Pro-Am 2025 champions.
MVP for Saga City. He's a member of the Phoenix Suns. He dropped an incredible 30 points in the game.
And unsurprisingly, we have our very own Canadian Olympian, Dylan Brooks, getting the MVP award. He dropped 30 points tonight. Recently got traded over to the Phoenix Suns. A super reliable player on the floor whenever you need him. Great for his lockdown defense, just overall high intensity. And of course that mid-range pop shot that he loves to go for. Earned him 30 points tonight. Just as much as we love it here in Toronto, the people of Phoenix begin to show him love in this upcoming NBA season. We wish him all the very best in health and points and great basketball play. It's all about the love, all about the community and family out here in Toronto. And thank you for following us on this journey. Toronto Pro-Am 2025. It's been great, it's been amazing, entertaining, and everything you could ever want or ask for in a Pro-Am series. And now we'll come out to an emotional ending as Saga City come out champions. Well, we have exciting updates to come very soon for our 2026 season. We hope you join us next year as we come out bigger. To all our friends in the north, south, east, and west side of the world, this is King David saying good night.